So there's no intro needed here in this movie. I'm just going to go ahead and start the review. So it's Independence Day. Independence Day came out in 1996. Now this is a movie that a lot of people like to watch every time it comes on TV. This is a movie that I do not watch when it comes on TV. I have not seen this movie in maybe over a decade now. So leading up to the sequel to this movie, I had to go back and watch it. So here's my review. Independence Day starts off with, it's a bunch of characters. This movie starts off all over the place. It's a bunch of characters. They're all over the place. You really don't know, besides who the president is, you don't know who all these other characters are. And all you know for the most part is that something from outer space is actually coming to Earth. So there's this satellite technician who is David, and David is played by Jeff Goldblum. He's my favorite character. He finds out that the aliens are using a signal that he ends up picking up and finding out that they are coordinating attack around the world at the same time. When the stuff hits the fan in this movie, it's very cool to see. It's very nice to see. It's pretty much exactly how it would be in real life if this was to happen, especially when no one in this movie, when the stuff starts to hit the fan, no one knows exactly what's going on besides the governments and not just the middle class and the lower class people. So it's pretty cool, and it's really realistic when the stuff starts to hit the fan because it's exactly what you would see in real life. So this movie has very small, fast-paced scenes in this movie, very few. This movie is pretty much about a small group of people who have to come together. They don't know each other, but they have special traits, special talents, and they have to come together as one to save all mankind of this alien invasion. There's a lot of characters in this movie that is so over the top and so not needed. The one character or one person in this movie that I can think about that's not needed in this movie, or at least what she does in the movie is not needed, is Vivica A. Fox. She's in this movie, and she plays a stripper in this movie. Now the movie tries to give it some meaning to her being a stripper, but really at the end it really is pointless and it's not needed. Will Smith plays Vivica A. Fox's boyfriend, and he's a fighter pilot in the United States Marines. And another character that has over the top lines and pretty much is over the top is Will Smith, and Will Smith plays Vivica A. Fox's boyfriend. Will Smith is a captain in the United States Marines, but this movie does not make him that. They make him chucking and jiving, a lot of over the top lines. Oh no, you did not throw that green shit at me, and corny stuff like that, cringeworthy lines that's not needed. Why did this movie should have made him a real captain in the military, and this movie it really didn't do that with him in this movie. So to begin, my favorite character, David, he is going to Washington DC. He's in New York and he's going to Washington DC to meet the president of the United States, who is played by Bill Pullman. Now him and Bill Pullman had a conflict in the past. He's going to DC to address the president of what he knows. At the time of this movie, when it came out, it had some of the best special effects that you could possibly see in the film and movie industry. But now looking back on it, it's been 20 years, the CGI and the movie is really pretty much dated for me going back and actually watching this movie. This movie has a lot of bad writing, a lot of lazy writing. Like Will Smith, one of his lines in this movie is that he says he understands how to fly an alien plane from 50 years ago based off of watching the newer model planes, alien planes, how they maneuver. He understands how to fly that plane. That's just lazy writing to me. Just because he's a pilot doesn't mean he understands how, or is the movie trying to say the alien planes are just like the human planes? I don't know. Insulting character in this movie, and the most character that's not needed in this movie, is Judd Hirsch's character Julius, and Julius is David's father. Judd Hirsch puts on the most insulting and most over the top Jewish character that's ever probably been played. Okay, maybe not, probably the second most over the top and insulting Jewish character that's ever been played in a movie besides Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder. Now get this, people. Judd Hirsch, he actually walks across the desert with a yarmulke on. He literally, I can't make this up. If you gotta see it. It's the most insulting, and his character is so not needed. This movie should have taken itself serious. This movie is labeled as an adventure, but it should have been taken serious. It had all the bright things to make it serious, but the writing, the unnecessary characters really hurt it for me. So guys, at the end of the day, Independence Day, I gotta give it a 60 out of a 100. It's some things I like about this movie. It's a lot of things that just don't make sense. The writing is very bad in this movie. So guys, get in the comment section if you've seen this movie. You had to see it. It's 20 years now. Get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this movie. Are you excited for the new one? Like this video, dislike this video, share this video. I'm done here.